Choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Use the options on the left to edit league settings. It's week 3 of the NFL, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Chargers and the Steelers, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
At the confluence of the three rivers, the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela, we are here at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, it's been a great start to the season, back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So the Steelers make their way out, led by their fourth-year quarterback, picked up in the offseason from the Chicago Bears, Justin Fields.
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week, so keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
First carry for Najee Harris.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 101 yards, and a score.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way.
The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Fields. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And the Chargers are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
First carry now for Gus Edwards. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Cameron Hayward getting upfield to make the stop. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Herbert. That's caught over the middle by Hurst.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Play action. It's Herbert. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A.
Josh Palmer.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Chargers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
So a tiptoe catch back of the end zone, so tough to do, but he made it look pretty easy.
Certainly did, and the back of the end zone is treated the same way as the sideline. You have to get your feet down in bounds for it to count as a catch. How about the backgrounds of some of these guys, though? Did they work out it? Maybe some of them were ballet, some dance, who knows?
Yeah, you and I were talking the other day. I remember one of my favorite kids shows growing up. I don't know that I want to name it, but guys like Lynn Swann, they used to be on there showing their ballet skill.
And you have to remember when they were kids and their parents would tell them to take the ballet classes, you know they were fighting them like crazy. But right now they're saying, thanks, Mom.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Out of the gun, Fields. And he slings one that's incomplete. Well, this defense for the Chargers, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run. Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down. From the 25, here's 2nd and 9.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And that's incomplete.
You look at this Steeler defense.
They come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
You have to like the way that they've played in the first month. They have to be very proud being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
Flush to his right.
And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32.
Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
So here are the Chargers to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Edwards now on 1st and 10. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert.
That's going to be caught. It's Palmer.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. They'll run here with Edwards. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11.
Stopped in his tracks and given a loss on that play by Patrick Queen.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Edwards. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Herbert now. Dancing to his left. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Chargers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
This is a great decision right here. Out of the pocket to his left, and he knows if he waits too long, the defense is going to be all over him. So he makes a decision to go and wins the race to the pylon.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that'll make the score 14-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here comes the Pittsburgh Steelers and running back Najee Harris.
A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
Now it's Fields. And that one too wide and incomplete. George Pickens, his intended receiver there.
And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. A short one there to Freiermuth.
And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. And he'll get a few yards here to the 34.
We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a 1st down. And they'll send the tight end in motion. A shotgun snap for Herbert.
And that's going to be caught downfield by Chark.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a 1st? How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has 0 answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
Back to throw here, Herbert. That's into the hands of Edwards. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
From the 21, here's 2nd down and 5.
Herbert. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down, eluding the pressure. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. T.J. Watt make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down.
From the gun, here's Fields. A short one there to Freiermuth.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down.
Fields now to throw. A short one there to Freiermuth.
Just a gain of a couple there. And that will bring up second down.
Now Fields. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
Here is 3rd and 5. To throw is Fields.
It's brought in by Harris. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
Always important as a defender on third down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the first down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They've been off to the races already. A 17-0 lead. Now a chance for more here as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Short throw underneath to Hurst. The numbers for him from a week ago. 10 catches, 122 yards.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that he's off to a hot start here in this first month, and those are the kind of performances you expect to see going forward.
On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. $17-0 our score after 1. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. A give for Edwards running right. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now it's Herbert. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Here's Herbert. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
That's big Cameron Hayward adding another sack to his career total.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line.
The Steeler offense set to regain possession. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Again, it's Harris on second down.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Steelers first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
Harris running straight ahead, and he'll fight forward on the straight ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Here's Fields.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Past the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
They hand this off to Harris.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Here's Fields.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here.
Back to throw. Fields.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Quez Watkins.
His first touchdown of the new season.
And the Steelers get a bit closer.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
The Charger drive about to get going.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be second down. Out of the gun, they give to Edwards. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there and gives him a new set of downs.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain, or do they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 41-yard line. Looking to throw. Herbert. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Palmer going to go in motion left.
Up the middle, here's Edwards. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The Chargers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They run once more with Edwards. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal.
On the right hash, officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he's watching that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in. And had just enough to get it done.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
First down, and they go back to Harris.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 69 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. On the give, this is Harris. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
This one finds Austin out right.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 31-yard line. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down.
2nd and 9.
Fields. His throw incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And Mike Tomlin going to roll up the sleeves here and say, let's go for it on 4th. They're going for it. This is Harris. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. He needed 2, but he doesn't come anywhere close. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
Out of the gun, Herbert. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Palmer. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Here's Herbert. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Short throw underneath to Hurst. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Herbert. That's caught over the middle by Hurst.
And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Short throw to Disley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. And late in the first half, it's the Broncos who are out on top. Bo Nix with a touchdown throw to Cortland Sutton. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. Herbert now. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. From the gun, they go to Edwards. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Back to throw here, Herbert. Open man right side is Sharp. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Herbert. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 16. A 3rd down gain of 19.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Up the middle, it's Edwards. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. In motion goes the tight end.
Here's Edwards again on 2nd down.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Herbert. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And they're able to stop him short. On 3rd and 6, they'll only pick up 4.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
The Steelers offense and quarterback Justin Fields heading back out there. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
81 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Now it's Fields. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. They'll run again with Harris. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Play action. It's Fields.
And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. On play action, Fields.
He finds Austin complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Now Harris. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down.
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. And the Chargers are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
2nd and 10.
On the handoff, Edwards. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
To the sideline and incomplete.
Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. So the completion good for 7 there, and it's 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. This is Harris. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
114 yards rushing now as he's done it on 22 carries.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
2nd down and 8. Fields now to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Here's Fields. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will cut the lead down to 13. So they get the 3. It was 4th and 1, and I think you were doing what I was doing. I was looking down at the sideline. I'm not sure the offensive unit wanted the 3. They wanted to go for it.
But when have we ever seen a unit that didn't want to go for it in that situation, right? Sometimes it's just way more important to have the points on the board than to worry about any type of a gamble.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Chargers offense and Justin Herbert getting set for this next drive. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. Throw left side is hauled in by Palmer.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And his throw here is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
He'll fire this complete to Hurst down the field.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Steelers are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. Now a give, running left is Harris. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4.
Here's Fields.
All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play, but in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And oh, that is going to be a safety. Well, there is still time to recover from this. It remains a two-score game even with the 2 points there, but let's just say things not trending in the right direction.
I like that phrase. I'm going to say it along with you. Things are definitely not trending in the right direction. They needed something on that drive. Instead, they gave up 2 points and a lot of hope.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. And this will be taken at the 13.
L.A. readies for its next possession.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
T.J. Watt, always a disruptor, there to blow that play up. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Here's Herbert. Short throw underneath to Hurst. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Now it's Herbert. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
Dobbins running out of the gun.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. A give for Edwards running right. Broken tackle.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third-down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Here's Herbert.
Over the middle and caught by McConkey.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He's got Mason complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And they run with Edwards off the option.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Play action this time for Justin Herbert.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Edwards, and he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be second down. Second and goal from the 1. Herbert now. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
Keanu Benton, the one who got in to bury him.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. Third and goal. Justin Herbert looking to pass. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal.
This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is indeed good.
So when you factor in the safety, this now a 5-point swing.
And look, I'm not going to turn away a 5-point swing because 5 points, that's valuable. Don't get me wrong on this. But if they could have taken that safety and added 7 to it, now you're talking about a really big swing.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Steelers' offense and running back Najee Harris set to take over once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. To throw is Fields. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Fields.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Now Fields.
Escaping the pressure right. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
Back to throw. Fields.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down. They hand this off to Harris. Pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown.
Najee Harris, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Charger defensive unit making their way back out there.
If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 26. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Herbert. Short throw underneath to Hurst. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
He's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That gain on third down, good for 28.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. They'll run the toss here. Edwards. And a solid run down inside the 30.
51 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Again, it's Edwards. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. Up the middle, here's Edwards. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They'll run again.
And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal.
This from 32 yards away. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes. And he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, it's pretty difficult to sum it up offense in a 2-minute drill. When your guys have struggled to put points on the board all afternoon, there's an incompletion right there.
Fields hit and the ball is loose.
And picked up by the Chargers. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown.
I suppose it wasn't out of the realm of possibility that we could have seen a comeback, but That touchdown should put any hopes of a comeback out of reach. It's been a really quality effort for him here in this one.
And no matter what else you think, you have to admire the initiative to finish things off their way. Don't leave anything to chance, no matter how small the odds of a comeback were. Send it home with a touchdown and get to celebrating.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now it's Fields.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Throwing again is Fields.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
And one last throw here for Fields.
And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there.
Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for L.A., it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.